Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Monday, August the 23rd, 2021. You guys, I got some good news. I will share it with you as soon as you guys come in the building. If you guys is out walking, not worried about it. I'm doing what I do every morning now. Good Peggy Toe. Good morning. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. Coming in here. All excited. Good morning. You guys, this walking is paying off. Hey, Joe Sullivan. Joe O'Sullivan, good morning to you. This walking is paying off, you guys. I'm going to tell you about it when I get to the point where I sit down. I'm going to tell you all about it. Just let everybody come on in and we gonna chit chat a little bit. I still got that penny in my shoe. I sure do. Good morning. I'm early this morning. Thank you for the thumbs up. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Freddie. Good morning to you. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up as you come in the building. Don't forget. We want to keep this channel over here going. We got some exciting things. That's why we do what we do. And it gives us bonding time. Hey, Sugar Tea. Good morning to you. How you been doing? Freddie say, I love me some SP. Girl. Ooh. So, I always tell you guys, I don't care if it's just 10 people in the building. We gonna do the darn thing. Yes, we are. We gonna do it. People don't want to see us succeed. But we're gonna succeed anyway. I'm a firm believer. Anything the Lord tells us, anything that we ask in his name, woo, you know, all things is possible. Now, when he says that, that doesn't mean you get everything you want. I mean, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you may be asking for a marriage that you can't handle. He's not gonna give it to you. You may not understand and know why, but you can't have everything or it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's for you, it's for you. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, Cherie. Good morning, Katrina. Good morning, Sonia Watts. How are you doing? You walking this morning? You guys, the weight is coming off. The weight is coming off. I told y'all it's gonna work. I think next time I come out here, people got trash out here like that. I think I'm gonna bring a bag and just pick up the trash. I think I'm gonna do that. I might do it this coming weekend. I should have took a Tylenol before I got out here. My back is trying to ache a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you guys. Good morning. I'm walking and you know, she says she's in Australia. Good morning, Valet. See, yes, I was swimming this morning for exercise. That's probably what I need to do because I'm aching a little bit. Maybe I'm aching because I've been going every morning, no matter what. No matter what. Of working straight, which was killing. But I'm done with that. And I found out last night I might be losing one of my clients. They're moving out of state. So it ain't going to happen quickly, but it's going to happen. I've got 3 clients. I'm going to end up with 1. So, end up with 2, I'm sorry. 1's leaving. And that's fine. It's just my insurance is so high, it's going to really tear my check up. But I'm pretty sure they'll they'll make provisions. It's just I wish it was the other client, which is not, because they just bought them a house. Whew, Lord, that was hard. That was a hard walk. Hard walk. Oh, I ain't never felt such pain. That was a hard walk. I was able to uh, take. For those of you that don't know, that yesterday I was I was getting ready to get in the shower and just shower and try to relax my body. I try to do it a little bit early, way earlier before I have to go to work. That way I ain't got to rush and be like, oh, and then hot water. He wants to get in there and all this other stuff. So I said, okay, let me just go ahead and weigh myself because good morning, Tracy. Good morning to you. I didn't say hello to them. It was like you stepped all over me. Hey, Barbara. Good morning. She works by faith. See you. Good morning to you, Sister Rhonda. Good morning to you. So, anyway, I'm glad. See, my back don't feel bad when I ain't walking. I don't know. I just don't. I just don't want it. Don't need it. But let me toes passed out. I was surprised what the numbers was. I was surprised. I was like, this cannot be true. This cannot be true. Because remember the last time that I weighed myself, which was on I think it was 8/15, the scale said that I had gained like 4 to 6 pounds. And I was like, what did I do wrong? And so I called some of my support team up, and they encouraged me. Oh, it's just muscle, and I'm like, oh, they just talking, they just saying the nice stuff. I don't know how I'm building muscle, and I'm just walking or whatever. And I was a little down about it, but they encouraged me, just keep on going, just keep on going. It's gonna drop, it's gonna fall, it's gonna drop, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep on going. I needed to hear those words, and they know who they are. Anyway, because we support each other and everything, and I said, yeah, and I'm telling her, yeah, I'm gonna keep going no matter what. I'm gonna get up tomorrow, and I'm gonna get up the next day. I'm gonna go walk in. I'm gonna wait for this mirror, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I only did the mirror once. Just only reason why. I'm not saying that I'm not liking it or whatever. I haven't had time really. I'm gonna stick to what I do. Like I said, we're trying to keep this channel over here going. So make sure you guys share, share, share. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And so we're gonna come over here until we can get it up and rolling and doing what we need to do over here with it. Um, you got to do it. If you don't use it, you lose it. So she said, "I and we are all so proud of you." Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's why we've been coming on early in the morning, especially all that bonding time, a little, not all that drama stuff going on, and you know, we can talk sincerely and, you know, things of that nature. Tell you guys some stuff, some stories. I love story time. I got a couple of things I want to share with you guys this evening. I thought about it on the way home, and something said, I know I done told you half of the story or told it to you once before, but I probably need to just make sure you guys understand um, some of the things I've seen and been through. But I think you guys know me very well. I think you guys really know me very well. She said a lot of time that be most so great, great morning to all y'all. Thank you, Barbara. We love walking with you. I love you guys come on in here and share the wealth. Yeah. So let me tell you, and I think yesterday we walked all the way down, came back, and then went home, and I was like, let me walk another time around, one more time. And we did that, and I was like, wow, I was just, and doing a little bit extra. Sometimes you got to do that little bit of extra. But anyway, you guys, let me tell you what happened. So, let me share with you. Now, um, remember when I told you guys that I used to work for this really, really rich family? As a nurse, I'm gonna share the story with you guys so that you guys understand where I'm coming from, okay? I mean, money don't mean a thing. I'm gonna tell you the story real quick. Because I want you guys to understand your integrity means more than money and stuff that nature. Because some people be like, I'm gonna quit my job, or I don't like this, or they're chasing that money or whatever. It ain't all about money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we gotta do what we feel is right. Okay? So we get a lot of heat, we take a lot of hits, but when I believe that something ain't right, I'm just gonna be there. You know what I mean? So anyway, um, so I was working for this agency, and I actually still work for the agency. I just ain't been doing no work for them. And they go out to these homes. People call them up and say, "Hey, I need a nurse or something," and they are recommended because this place is one of the nationwide known nurse agencies in the world. And when I say the world, I mean the world. It's just not in Kansas. They're in every state. And they don't pay too well, but they don't pay sloppy. Okay? So I went to work for this agency, and so they called me up and they said, "Hey, we got a family that wants to talk to whatever, the administrator or something, to go out there and talk to them. And she just got sick and called in." And I said, "Okay, what do you want me to do? Why are you calling me? I'm just a nurse." So they knew what kind of car I drove and everything. I don't know why they called me, but they called me. I say, "Thank you, Lord." And they say, "Well, SP, can you go out there and just give them the 411? Just tell them how the agency run, all the things, the services we can provide for them, and things of that nature or something." And I think they did it because I drove one of these expensive Lamborghini kind of vehicles. Also, $86,000 vehicle. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so I said, I ain't never done this before. So she's giving me a one-on-one training of how to talk these people into taking the service for this agency. I wasn't comfortable with it at all. No, I really wasn't. But, I'm going to take one for the company. That's what I told her. I'll take one for the company. If something go wrong, don't get mad at me if they don't get the account. Okay? So, I they told me it's a gated community or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just go, get on the phone, call them, say that you're there. Once you get there, they'll open up the gate, let you in. I'm thinking, okay. I get there. It's not a gated community. It's a gated house. They got the whole block. It's just their house on the whole block, and the whole block is fenced in. So I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I get on the phone and I say, "Hey, I'm with the agency." They was like, "Okay, come on in." I get there. The house is a mansion. Mansion. Do you hear what I'm saying? A mansion. So, so I get to the door, and they got maids and butlers and things of that nature, and they let me in. And so this lady comes downstairs, and we'll just call her S, because I'm not going to give you guys their name. So, but you'll know what the characters are, because I'm going to share with you what they did and what they said and how things went. So Miss S comes downstairs. Beautiful, beautiful young lady. Around about late 30s. Pure white hair. Beautiful. And she's like, "Hey, I'm the daughter, and we need you to care for our dad and tell us what the company provides and all this stuff." I went through the whole thing. Thought things were great. She's like, talking to me one-on-one or whatever. And, she asked me my preference as far as my religion. I told her what I was, who I was, And then she asked me how long I've been in the nursing and everything, and I told her. And I told her, she asked me a lot of things about myself. And I kind of just talked to her. I wasn't nervous or anything. I didn't know their worth. I just talked to her like you and I talk. And basically, I told her, I've got a client, and I only had one client at the time. And I've had this client for 15 years. And, well, I've worked other cases and other clients, but this one I stuck with, stayed with. So I had worked about 30, 40, 50 clients before, and I told her I've never lost a client before in my life. I wouldn't even know how to act. But, you know, basically, what I said to her was, if God's given your father more time, even just an hour, all the money in the world won't mean a thing. You will want that hour with your father. And our job is to try to provide that time, you know, if God allows, you know. She says, okay. So I didn't know that this chick was like, I want her. So I go back home and I get a call, and I was working with like I said, with the client that I've been working for 15 years. And so the agency called me and they was like, SP, we need you to go out there to the home and work. And I said, I can't. I got a full-time job with the client I got, which was a child at the time. He was probably around about 13. I've been with him since he's been 5 or whatever, or 3 or 2 or something. Anyway, they was like, no, 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 no. You gotta go. They're asking for you. And I'm like, I can't do it. And they was like, you got to do this. They're private pay. And I was like, I can't do it. They was like, you gotta do it. They're multi-millionaires. And I said, no, I just can't do it. They said, SP, they're willing to pay you 40, 41, 42 bucks an hour. I said, well, 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 well. I said, well, I said, well, this is what we can do. This is what we can do. Okay? Just just stay until we can get some nurses over there and help out or something. I said, well, I work my other client at night from 10 to 6, 7 in the morning. I can come there. It's almost working. That was 12 hours. They want you to work from 7 until 5 or 7 in the evening. I was like, boy, they was like, just give us a week. I said, okay. So I started working both jobs. And I was like, sometimes I'm going to have to sleep, you guys. They was like, they're providing a room for you there. You eat there and everything, 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 everything. They were on their way of being billionaires. That's how rich they were. More than 1.5. They were almost billionaires. The family was. Now, I got in there and I started making a schedule, started making the, prepared the plan of the strategy of how we were going to take care of this older gentleman. We'll call him male patient. And I did, what the heck? There. I did the meds. I did his diet. I basically, you know, did everything. Started hiring other nurses, teaching them what to do and all this other stuff. So one day I came in because they didn't think they needed a nurse at night. And I said, you need a nurse at night too. And they didn't want to get a nurse at night. Now, what I wanted to share with you guys were, I came in one morning and he has a daughter that lived in Texas that was married to a Scotchman. And just to tell you, how rich they were. They have jewelry, um, jewelry stores, diamonds, basically, oil fields, Fields S owns a lot of stocks and everything. And so anyway, hey LaKendra, good morning to you. Good morning, Tina Powers. Good morning to you. Everything like that. So I came in. I'm gonna make a long story short. I went in the bedroom. He had he was laying on his back, but he had threw up, and it was covered all over his face, and he was drowning in his own throw up. And so I pulled him up real quick, you know, grabbed everything, pulling everything out of his, lungs or whatever. And so basically, I saved his life because his family didn't hear that he had thrown up and he couldn't move to get out of the throw up. And so basically saved his life because he would have drowned in his own throw up because his head was down and the throw up had covered even his nose. I mean, everything was covered. I was like, what the heck is going on here? They hadn't even went and checked on him. So anyway, got him up. He was like, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. The family was like, oh, we didn't hear Dad and all this other stuff. Anyway, the doctor make house visits. That's how rich they were. Keep in mind, you guys, I said this is how rich they were or are. So the doctor was coming that evening. And so male patient was telling me, just get me up, I'm good. Yeah, a good sweet. And I was like, no, I think you need to go to the hospital. He was like, I don't need to go to the hospital. Just get me up. My friend, which was the doctor, they best buddies. They went to school together and everything. He's the number one doctor in Kansas. His name is Dr. Galicia. You check him out. He's got his own private hospital, okay? And it's for the rich. Let me tell you, he's known as the best doctor in Kansas. The best. I think in the Midwest that I know of. Dr. Galicious. Matter of fact, Google him. You guys will know I'm not lying to you. The best. When I say the best, I mean the best. Anyway, Dr. Galicia comes. I had already got him cleaned up, dressed and everything, put him in the kitchen, did his vitals and everything. His daughter comes over, his oldest daughter, which I told you we'll call her Miss S. The younger daughter, I can't even remember her name. We'll just call her Tiffany. Anyway, because that's not her name, but I just can't remember her name. We'll just call her Tiffany. For some reason, I just want to call her Tiffany. Anyway, so the doctor comes, his friend, and so I told the doctor what was going on, and the doctor was like, and so the family was like, should we take him to the hospital? And they was like, no, 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 and all this other stuff. And I was like, I think he really needs to go. And he says, no, I don't need to go. And I said, okay. So when his daughter came, Miss S came, she was like, hey, SP, what's going on? And I was like, well, I need to talk to you. And I took her in the living room, and I said, look, this is how I found your dad. I know the doctor is telling that he's okay. He done checked him. He took out a stethoscope. He done checked him. He says everything fine. I said, but your dad is acting really weird or whatever, Your dad is acting really weird. His eyes is rolling in his head or whatever, and I believe that he swallowed so much of his own vomit, I believe he needs to go to the hospital. She was like, well, if the doctor said he doesn't need to go and he'll wait till Monday, I think that's what we need to do. And I said, look, if this was my father, he would be going to the hospital. I'm telling you. And she says, you know what? She says, but Dad's not going to go. And I said, honey, I'm not telling you to ask him. She was like, but he doesn't walk good. And I said, I know. What you need to do is go up to the hospital, Go get a wheelchair, bring it back, put him in the wheelchair. We'll get him in the car, and we'll take him to the hospital. Just, he needs to go. He needs to get checked. She says, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Since you're telling me to do that, that's what I'm going to do. She went up to the hospital. They gave her, because like I said, they're friends, so they know the family really well. And good morning. Um, they know the family really well, so they gave her a wheelchair. She um, come back. We put him in the wheelchair. He was struggling getting in the wheelchair. We got him in there, took him to the hospital. Bang! Guess what? They kept him. They said he had septic pneumonia in both lungs because of septic means that bacteria and whatever. He had swallowed so much of it. Anyway, you guys, that's what it was, septic pneumonia. And he didn't even know who he was when he finally got made it to the hospital. He didn't even know what his name was or whatever. They kept him. He was probably in there for like 3 or 4 months, so everything was good. I snuck in the hospital. Like I said, it was a private hospital and everything. They kept him. I told him, I said, don't tell nobody I snuck in here, but I just wanted to see if you were okay or whatever. So, and I'm pretty sure he probably told his family or whatever. Anyway, he finally came home, and we, they called me to go back out there. I went back out there. Everything was going good. Months and months went. Every time that I would feed this male patient, we would call him Patient J, Mr. J, because his name started with a J. I would cut up his food really, 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 really fine because he was a glutton. Anybody know what a glutton is? They don't chew. They just swallow, basically. They just glop, 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 glop. Anyway, I would do it, and they'd be like, she treats him like a baby. The family says, she treats him like a baby and stuff. But I know he don't chew, so I would cut up his food or whatever. So anyway, they started hiring other nurses like I was asking. But then they started hiring these nurses that was like crazy. So one day I come to work. And no, they called me up. Let me do some walking, you guys. They called me up and they said, hey, they said, do not wear your scrubs to work. And I said, what for? They said, because because Dad got somewhere to go. I said, oh, okay. These people did not want nobody to know that they had a nurse. I'm talking about if you got $1.8 million, you don't want people that you got a nurse traveling with you. They don't want nobody to know this. So I'm like, okay. So I didn't wear my scrub. I get over there. They're like, we're going to, I can't even remember where we went. We're going to, let me just say a state. I can't remember. Hey, Malcolm, how you doing, baby? Good morning to you, baby. Hey, Malcolm. You like a baby. You like a baby. What is you doing, Malcolm? What's you doing, honey? What's you doing? What's you doing? What's going on? I gotta walk. Anyway, Malcolm's like, what the heck is you doing? Anyway, I get over to his house, and they take us to a freaking helicopter, and we're way over here in Maine at the end of the day. He done flew me to Maine to be his private nurse to go to, guess what, you guys? We were on a boat, and they were doing a Hall of Fame for some basketball players. I knew Larry Bird was there, and I can't remember who all was there. Kobe could have been there, I don't know. I think yesterday was Kobe's birthday. This is probably why it's on my mind. But nevertheless, it was all kind of football players and basketball players, or they were doing the Hall of Fame thing, and I was in there. So I get a phone call on my phone, and I was like, oh, it's my job. It was ringing. They was like, turn your phone off, turn your phone off. I was like, but this is my job. They was like, just turn it off. I was like, okay. So I turned my phone off. They just calling. After they did all the, and they said, why are you not answering the phone? We're at the door. What are you doing? What are you doing with Mr. J? I'm like, what do you mean? What am I doing with Mr. J? We're at the. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know. Something, they must got a high frequency on that house, because every time when I go by that house, it does that. I mean, shuts down, and usually, like, if they've got like interference with internet, it does that. I'm so sorry. Anyway, ooh, and I'm starting to sweat too. I'm starting to sweat. Anyway, you guys, I know where I left off at. But anyway, the agency was angry with me because I was in Maine. We flew back on the private helicopter back to here, and everything's all good. But that just tells you like how much money he has or whatever. So anyway, make a long story short, me and this other nurse got into it. Me and another nurse got into it. And she was giving me the blues. I mean, I taught her coming in. But I didn't know she was going to be a booger bear. I didn't know it. You know, I just didn't know she was going to be a booger bear. She was giving me the blues, and I just didn't want to work there. You know, I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, she's just you know, she would tell the truth, but she would lie. And then she would exaggerate or something. I just couldn't stand to be around the chick. After I taught her the ins and outs, she wanted to be uno number one. I'm going to tell you guys something. And I want you guys to understand what I'm saying. These people had so much money. People were kissing their butts. Anything they said, whether it was right or whether it was wrong, they was like, yeah, they for it. They say something and it was wrong, they didn't care. They did not care. They would just tell them whatever they wanted to say because all the money they had. Kind of like a Michael Jackson. Get doctors to give you orders for something that you know you're not supposed to have. This kind of medication to make you sleep, and they use that for surgery, and you taking it on a daily basis to sleep. People would do anything. Man, I'm telling you, people were. It was unbelievable. I mean, I ain't never seen nothing like it before in my life. Never. Ever, ever, ever. I've never seen people be stupid, funny, cuss you out and everything trying to get close to this family. I didn't know who it was. I didn't know. I don't, my phone and all kind of crazy stuff. Anyway, maybe I shouldn't even be talking about this. I'll go real short. Real short. Let me see where I can just cut it. Anyway, let me tell you where we were at. I got into it and I said, I'm leaving. I'm done. They said, no, no, no. Please, SP, don't leave. Please don't leave. I didn't think nothing of it. I said, no, I'm done. The family said, we'll pay her 80, almost $90 an hour. Don't leave. So I didn't leave. $90 an hour. I was getting paid $90 an hour. You guys, you guys hear what I said? I was getting paid $90 an hour. I'm sorry about that. Oh, well, hell, Amina, I'm sorry. It was kind of hard to leave $90 an hour. An hour. Me and a uh, supervisor nurse got into it. She was yelling at me. So I finally said, you guys are not going to get rid of the CNA. I'm tired of arguing with these people. I came in one evening. I got so upset about the case. I said, I need to decrease my schedule. I can't do this. People were acting weird. They were just stupid crazy about these people with this money. I told them I can't do it. I'm fighting doctors. I'm fighting nurses. I'm trying to do the right thing. So his daughter came in from Texas. Oh my goodness, we're buffering bad today. And when I got in, the CNA told me, and the sheets is all on the floor. All on the floor. The bed is soaking wet. And I said, what happened? She was like, I done changed the bed like 3, 4 times. And I'm like, what? She changed the bed 3 times. I said, okay, how you doing? So I said to myself, hey Zena, how you doing? Hey Diane, hey Nashville, hey Lisa Calhoun. I took the client, got him ready for the morning, and I did my vitals on him. He had lost like 20 pounds overnight. 20 pounds overnight. So, and the CNA had told me, he's been just urinating all night long, all night long. So I was trying to get a hold of the doctor, and they was like, the doctor's coming, his friend's coming that day. So his daughter, Tiffany, every time I say Tiffany, we start buffering. That's not her name, but that's what we call her. She comes in and she says, SP, did you give my dad his Lasix? And I said, I don't know. She was like, well, give him his Lasix. And I thought to myself, I can't give this man his Lasix. It's a water pill. If he done lost 20 pounds overnight and we're still trying to pull water out of him, you make his heart work harder. You can make this man have a heart attack. Nah, he didn't have no G-tube. So she goes out in the backyard and she does some gardening. She comes back in the house and she says, SP, did you give my dad his Lasix? And I said, no, ma'am, no, I did not. And she was mad. She was like, well, the doctor's coming today. And I said, okay. I said, I just feel I feel some kind of way about this. I don't think I can give it to him. Let me tell you the reason why. I don't need you to give me a reason, she says. I need you to give my dad the Lasix. I done already called the doctor, and the doctor said, see, here's the thing. I take orders from the doctor. What you tell me, I can't do what you, I don't know if you got the right medication you talking about, because there's all kind of, there's Leg 6, there's Leg 6, there's Lex, there's all kind of stuff. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have a doctor's order. And not only that, I need to talk to the doctor. She was angry with me. She said, well, the doctor be in like 30 minutes. The doctor comes. She goes in the bedroom with her. She's got her hands across her chest, and she's like telling him, SP didn't do this, and I told her 3 times, and da-da-da-da-da-da, woo-da-woo-da-woo. And the doctor's like, I don't know what's going on. Let me talk to her. She's mad. She's hot. She's frustrated. He calls me in a room, and he was like, nurse, what's going on? And so I told him, it's a blood thing. But the main thing for Lasix is to pull water. It's a water retention drug. And I told him he lost 20 pounds overnight. His bed been soaking wet all day. I just wasn't comfortable with it. I didn't get the order directly from him, and I wanted to speak to him first. He says, she's right. Oh my goodness. Her face turned red. Her face looked like a stop sign. She was mad. She was big mad. Instead of being happy that we didn't give it to your dad and he didn't die with a stroke or heart attack, she's mad. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning. How are you? Maybe she didn't know what she was doing. No, I don't think she did. But here's the thing. I think, well, you know, that could be a reason, but she could have known. Because let me tell you what happened after that. So my supervisor nurse, so I ended up just only working every other weekend because I just couldn't tolerate all the crap that I was just working every other weekend. So the supervisor nurse came and she tried to do a sneak peek or whatever you want to call it, a surprise visit or something. For some reason that day when I got there, I said, I need to make sure all the meds is right. I need to make sure his care plan is okay. I need to make sure everything is done, clean, meds given, every treatment is done, everything. And it was time for me to take a break. Usually I go outside. Some say don't go outside. So I didn't go outside. So I was in the bay window, and I was just sitting there. Usually I call my little friend up, because after work I used to go over to his house. We were painting his house. And here walks the supervisor nurse. The supervisor nurse. She walks in, she says, hey, good evening. How you doing? She's like, I'm here to check on the patient. And I was like, fine. I said, but there's an error on the meds. We need to go over that. She says, no, I need to check that. I need to check his bottom because, something's breaking down. And I said, well, I told you guys to get rid of that CNA. And she was like, no. I said, well, let's do this because I need to talk to you about something. She was like, nope, I want to check him. So I guess she thought that he was going to be wet, soaked, or whatever or something. Like, I'm just going to sit there getting paid $80 an hour and not doing anything. So she checks him because I guess she thought I was trying to hide something. Foolishness. Anyway, she checks him. She was like, oh, okay, whatever. So we go in the kitchen. We go over the mess. We get him straight. I was telling her how they wasn't understanding the order. When they say every other day, doesn't mean because I give it to him Monday and I give it to him Wednesday and I give it to him Friday, you do the same thing next week, because you got to remember it's a 7 days in a week. So it's not, every other day is not going to fall on Monday next week. And I'm trying to tell this nurse that, she's arguing with me. She was like, I did what you did. Don't copy me. If I give him the med Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you're supposed to give it to him Sunday, Tuesday. You follow me, you guys? It says every other day. It doesn't say every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. She couldn't understand. And I told her, quit being a copycat and know your job, know your task. You can't understand what every other day mean or whatever. This is somebody that's trying to copy off of you. Anyway, nevertheless. The supervisor nurse started hollering and yelling and screaming. She was like, things is, I'm going to turn you guys in or something. You're the head nurse over here, blah, blah, blah. And stuff is going to hit the fan. She said the S is going to hit the fan. So what did I say to her? I said to her, yes, the S is going to hit the fan. So she was yelling at me. I didn't even want to yell because I don't argue with people. So Patient Jay's wife says, what's all this yelling? What's all this yelling? She was doing the yelling. So she tells the supervisor nurse to get out of her house. She was like, but I'm here to check on your husband. And she was like, my husband is being taken care of very well. SP is doing a wonderful job. She says, I don't want all of this mess in my house. You get out. You're yelling. You're very disrespectful. Get out of here. Don't be talking to her like that. So she was like, I'll be done in a minute. And we're just talking and stuff. I done walked away from my supervisor because I'm like, I'm not having it. This is crazy. This is stupid. So I turn around. So she says, I need you to sign this paper that says that I came out here and checked and everything went fine. I go to sign the paperwork. She start hollering and stuff again. She says, I told you that the S is going to hit the fan. So I said to her, I said, listen, we'll call her Megan. I said, listen, Megan, I don't know if you know how this works. Yes, I know stuff is going to hit the fan, but don't get it mistaken. You're not on the top looking down. She started hollering at me again. She started hollering and cussing and raising. I'm gonna tell them at the agency you're insubordinate. You don't talk to me this way. So Mr. J, Patient J's wife, comes in there and said, didn't I tell you to get out of my house? She says, now get out of here. Yes, exactly. She told her, good morning. She told her, she said, get out of here. And I don't want you to come back. So I go in the room with Mr. J. He was like, what's going on out there? I was like, you don't even want to know. So after work, I go over my little friend's house, told him what was happening while we were painting his little apartment. I said, when they open up the office, I'm going to call and I'm going to quit. He was like, you going to quit? And I said, yeah, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. $80 an hour. Yes, I'm going to quit. Because people are stupid. They acting like they're being very protective. And I'm not going to let people treat me like this just for money. I'm just not going to do it. So I called the company. You guys, I called the company. And I said, I need to speak to the owner. Because we have access to the owner. So, and I knew the owner. So I talked to him and I told him, well, no. I take that back. I'm sorry. His assistant, which I knew the assistant, I knew the owner. He was out, I think, playing golf or whatever. So, good morning. So I told her what happened. She says, oh no, are you serious? I said, yeah, that's what happened. She was hollering at me. The family told her to leave twice. And I'm done. I quit. $80 an hour. I quit. They said, no, don't quit. Don't quit. Please don't quit. Let me get a hold of the boss, which is Bob, and tell him what's going on, and I'll call you back and tell you what's up. I said, okay. Yeah, my sanity is worth way more than that money. She calls me back and she says, we released that RN. She was a charged RN over the whole county, Sedgwick County. They released her. Good morning, Miss Polk. Good morning, Clarissa. And, and so it was just so much going on. So another thing, like I said, I saved this man's life 3 times. I can't even remember one of them. I know one of them was he was drowning in his own vomit. One of them is, I can't remember. Oh, the CNA had gave me all his vitals, and his eyes was rolling behind in his head or whatever, and I said I need to take his vitals again, and so the CNA was still there at work, and she was like, I just took his vitals and everything. I'm just gonna call them and da 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 da. You don't know what you're doing, whatever, whatever, whatever. And I told her, I said, you know what? I'm a very nice person. Everybody knows. I usually don't say too much. I let a lot of people think they can run over me, but they can't really. But nevertheless. She was like, I'm going to call in the agency. I gave you the vitals or something. Why are you taking the vitals again? I don't have to answer. You clock out and go home. That's what you do. She said, what? I said, clock out and go home. And I had to say it in front of the family. 3 times. Oh, yeah, in the Lasix, you guys. 3 times. Pretty much saved this man's life. I got so sick and tired of fighting everybody to do the right thing, you guys. I called my job up and I said, looky here. I quit. They said, please, please, please don't quit. I said, looky here. I need this job until the end of April. The end of May. May the 31st will be my last day. I will not work another day. I will not work one day in April. They was like, that I'm giving you two months notice. I'm done. I don't care if you want to pay me $200 an hour. I ain't doing it. Okay? I said, these people are crazy. I think they trying to kill the man. I don't know what they trying to do. I don't want no parts of it. You don't want to listen? I got to argue. I'm fighting every day. I'm fighting my supervisor. I'm fighting the CNA. She acting like she's above me. I'm fighting doctors. I'm fighting the family. Oh my God. Going back down memory lane. Nobody didn't want to do the right thing. So I quit. I said, come May the 31st, I'm done. May the 31st came. His daughter came from Texas. Her name Tiffany. We called her Tiffany. Her and the CNA that I told him to get rid of is in the kitchen eating cake and drinking coffee. They were just so happy. They was like in there, I'm glad this is her last day. I'm glad. I gave her the quickest report ever. I said everything is fine. Everything is done. You guys have a blessed day. I left. I was going to work April the 1st. The assistant at the agency calls me up and she says, SP, she says, I know I'm not supposed to be telling you this, but I'm going to tell you. Patient J, male patient J, just got admitted to the hospital. I left some stuff out, but anyway, nevertheless. For a broken femur. And I said, what? How did that happen? Now, what I forgot to tell you guys, I argued with the family and told them that he's now became a 2-person transfer. And you know what the family told me? Maybe we need to just remodel the bathroom. I said, no, you need to get more nurses in here and get rid of that CNA. They didn't do it. That was another argument. I'm just not going to argue with people. So he had a broken femur. And I was like, oh my goodness, I cried and I cried because, when people are old and they break their femur, usually it goes downhill from there. So I was like, this is crazy. This is so crazy. I was sad, crying. Because I was really caring for this guy. I mean, he took me, when I say he took me everywhere, I mean, we would get on the helicopters, we get on the planes and stuff. Next thing I know, I'm in front of this person, I'm in front of that, I'm in front of the an ambassador for Uganda or something. And they talking about oil, and I'm sitting here listening to them. And if you really think I'm playing, they talking about, they had this one thing about, I don't think it was stocks and bonds, but it was, it was some kind of club, and it was called Bears and Cubs and Bears or something. But everybody was millionaires, and he would just donate hundreds of thousands all the time. He's a very giving person to, like St. Jude and you name it, the zoo, you name it. He just write 20, 30, 40, $50,000 check, and he do it monthly. Very giving person. Let me tell you about rich people. They didn't never go buy no new furniture and stuff like that. They just didn't do it. They had the same furniture when they moved into that house. Every time when they went out to eat, they looked at that receipt, sure everything was calculated. They didn't let nobody tell them nothing. It was just, I mean, I'm just saying, I just look at people and how they do things. But anyway, back to the story, because I'm almost done with it. Um, like I said, April the 1st, I got the call that he was in the hospital, broken femur. 2 days later after that, I got a call from the same assistant of the agency. She said, patient J died. And I said, or what? Are you serious? What happened? I'm thinking, what, he done caught pneumonia or something, surgery went bad or whatever. She said that he choked on a strawberry. They didn't cut it up or anything. A nurse that he didn't even know. Like I was telling him, you don't want to be switching in and out nurses. You want to teach them and train them what to do. You start doing that, people mess up. They just get whatever. But anyway, he was in the finest hospital. Anyway, he choked on a strawberry, you guys, and he died. Even though he was in the best hospital ever, nobody couldn't get the strawberry out of his throat. I would have cut his throat and put a pencil down there and dug that strawberry out of there. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not being stupid and I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just telling you the truth. We couldn't get it out. I'm not going to sit there and watch a man die. Anyway, he died. And I just remember how everybody ran behind this man because he had money. And if he said, just give me, just, just give me the food, they would do it. And I would cut it up and be like, now you just slow down. You know what I'm saying? People like, she treats him like a baby. Everything I did, they just didn't like it. But anyway, not a lot of people going to like you to do the right thing, you guys. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason. I thought about the story before I came on here. And I'm telling you, a lot of people's not going to like you to stand up for what you believe in, the right thing. And you ain't got to argue about it or fight about it, but you got to make sure you're right. You know what I'm saying? If you see somebody doing something wrong, don't you get involved because you just want to go with the crowd that 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 says it is what it is. Don't be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Just because you want to be in agreement with everybody else. You guys hit the thumbs up. I'm gonna get off of here in a minute. But you know what I'm saying? Because if you really look at history and things, like say for instance, Jesus Christ, the multitude was like, let Barabbas go and kill Jesus. You feel me? So a lot of times the majority is not right. But you know, deep down inside, this, and I try to tell people this, I learned this a long time ago. People know right from wrong. They know. They want to talk themselves into doing something because of the majority or the popularity or the backlash. They don't want to deal with it. The Kendra said, that's like giving them juice. That's not thickened. Exactly. You guys, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to be accountable for everything that you say, every thought that you think, and everything that you do. You're going to be accountable for it. So if you think the Lord don't see, know your thoughts, and know you can sit here and fool these people on this world or this earth that a hill of beans ain't gonna mean nothing when it's time, judgment time come. Let me tell you something. That little extra dollar, $2, 20, 40, $80 ain't gonna mean nothing in the pit of hell. I wish I would, you know. You know what I want to say. Huh. For nobody. It ain't worth it. When people are sick like that, they can't eat food or themselves. You have, yes, you gotta break it down. So I'm just telling you, if you got a decision, I don't know who this is for, but I guarantee you it's for somebody because it was on my mind on the way home. And I'm sorry that I watered it down. I could have told y'all more. But I mean, like I said, I saved this man's life 3 times. But guess what? As soon as I left, he was a dead man walking. This, and you know what? I after the whole situation, I kind of thought, I think maybe the family wanted him gone. They didn't want to kill him. They wanted you to kill him. I'm serious, you guys. They wanted me to make some bad decisions so they could sit there either sue or whatever. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? They were so mad at me that I left. They blame me that the daddy died. Don't blame me. Blame yourself. I didn't go to the funeral. They asked me to go to the funeral. I was like, no, you know what? I tried to go. I really didn't get a formal invitation, so I just felt like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get a formal invitation. I mean, nobody's going to go and give you, a card to say, come to the funeral. But you know what I'm saying. They knew my number. I knew their number. They had something on the internet, and I gave them my condolences. But when it was time to go, I really didn't have anything to wear because I just don't go to funerals. And then I just, I got ready to go and couldn't go. But I miss him. I miss him. Like I said, he was a very giving person. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want his money like that, because he had already told me along right at the beginning. He was like, if you save my life, oh, I'm gonna treat you well. He didn't ever give me nothing extra. I had so many stories like that all too well. Yes, Shay. So you know what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. People do anything, kiss that butt. make them hate you and stuff. They be lying and whatever. But and so I look at the world now, and even though that is different, it's like it's not like money, but maybe it's still got to do. You got to remember something. There's war always for power, money, women, and religion. Four things that people go to war for: power, money, women, and religion. Those are the main reasons why people hurt people. Guys, you hear what I'm saying? Those are motives: power, money. I say women because women is the antidote. And a lot of men, they, relationships, things like that: love, lust, hate, anger, cheating, lying, fighting, whatever. I say women, but it don't have to be women. You know what I'm saying? It could be love. Just put it like that. Those are the reasons people hurt people. Did you talk to Tiffany about the? Nope. Oh, did you? No, no, no. I didn't. The trout. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I hope she don't take it bad or whatever. I didn't talk to her because I never saved her number when she called me. But I can go back in my phone because she had texted me, so I'll call her up. I hope she don't feel bad about it. We take care of it. We'll take care of it. But I'm hoping that we can end. I'm hoping that we can end the day because it's drainful. But trust me, I've learned a lot. And if anybody else learned anything after the trial, we're gonna talk. But I have learned a lot. So when people get mad at you and you know that they're lying on you, or they throw a truth in there, but they ain't telling the whole truth, then I start looking at them. And it's like somebody say, they want to act like they're a victim. Now, when you start having truth, which that's a lie, then I now know what you're made out of. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm really not paying attention to what. I mean, I'm really paying attention to more than what I knew before. Maybe we need to. I mean, I'm not gonna blame nobody or anything like that, but it is what it is. But like I said, anyway, there was a reason for that story. I wanted to share it with you guys. I hope somebody got something out of it. But there's nothing in this world like, you know, if you're in a relationship, then before you get all in your feelings or whatever, it's not worth it. Walk away. Don't be arguing about God. Don't get in an argument about that. The Bible and scriptures and stuff. Don't do that. You know. Don't put your integrity online for money. Sometimes when people think that they have authority over you, they don't. You don't have to argue about it. They can only do to you what you allow them to do. You hold the key to what happens to you. I don't know. Anyway. Anyway, your girl done lost some weight, you guys. I'ma get on in here. I'm gonna get on. Well, I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna finish shower, and I gotta get these things out for these shirts and stuff. And I will see you guys at 5 p.m. Central Time tonight. Peace and blessings to everyone. Thank you guys for walking with me. Thank you. I see Zena, Shay, Works by Faith, Freddie, Lisa Taylor, Monique, Helena, LaKendra, Tracy's up in the building. Leslie Henry, Sharice, Tina Powers, Diane Harris, Sonia Watts, Lorraine. I didn't see you come in, Lorraine. How you doing? Hey, I see you in the building now. But Zena, I'm going back through. Freddie, going. Lisa Calhoun, Nashville, Tennessee. Make sure you guys show up for tonight. We're gonna try to come to an end and get it done. It's 4 days into it. I don't know if we can do another day. I'm drained. So all right, you guys, be good, be safe, love on each other. Bye.